Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today is a very, very magical day. Yeah, kind of a big deal. My oldest child is 13 years old today. Now, some people out there, that may not mean a lot to you, but for me, it means a lot. Me and this truck, we have been through a lot. This truck has been through a lot of changes. Care to pull around so they can always look at it, not me?
Why wouldn't they want to look at you?
Oh, shut up. This truck has been through a lot of changes, a lot of different drivetrains, power plant setups, you name it. It is one of those projects that, well, let's face it, no project is ever truly done. I would like to stop and take a minute and apologize for my absence. My personal life is all over the goddamn place. And what little bit of work that I have been able to get done, for those of you that do follow closely enough, there are changes within the truck. But it's been a while. It's his birthday. I've had this truck for 13 years now. I just want to go ahead and go over it real quick because there's a lot of people here who don't know. Boy, that one picked up. That don't know anything about this truck. So first and foremost, one of the number one questions that I get asked the most is how did I get a new body style bumper on the front of my OBS pickup? Well, to put it short and sweet, I didn't. This truck, a quick rundown, it originally started its life as a 1994 GMC K3500 extended cab long bed. It was a 6.5 liter Detroit diesel. Fucking turd, right? Don't get me wrong, I loved the IDI that was in it. Had multiple builds of it. Had a 6265 at one point in it. Different turbocharger setups, intercoolers, fueling, this, that, and the other thing. Why didn't I stick with it? Well, because I couldn't keep the fucker together. So we stepped up the game. The truck is now, the body is still the 94 GMC K3500. It is actually on a 2001 GM Duramax chassis. And you want to bring them in for the money shot? And what we have been working on is a 2006, it came out of a 7, but some of you purists out there are going to want to argue with it, LBZ Duramax drivetrain. So we are in the process of, go ahead, bring them in. Bring them in. They don't care about me, they want to see this shit. So we're in the process of, this is our donor motor. We have our Allison 6-speed behind it. We have our transfer case. There are drive shafts in the truck. We do not have the front differential in there. I have it. Right now we're in the middle of mock-up. If you actually want to show them down there, you guys can see the 4x4 blocks that are sitting there. The body is just sitting on the cab. Watch this. Set this down. The body is just sitting on the cab. I have a couple videos out there where I line up the body mounts, spacing from the OBS cab versus the NBS chassis. I know the route that I want to go, and that's going to be modifying the cab floor and moving the speed nuts and all that and the structural so that way it matches the mounts that are on the chassis rather than cutting the chassis and making it match the cab. It is a 94 truck. We are in Southwest Michigan. It has rust, but the floor isn't rotted out, thankfully. So I will be able to get in there, cut it, move what I need to do. This is a slow process. Again, my personal life is turned upside down. I am a father. I have 2 children. I work a stupid amount of hours, so trying to find time for all of this stuff is somewhat easier said than done. One thing that has changed that we did get done before we moved the truck, which you guys will notice we're in a completely different building. We're in a completely different job. One thing that has changed is that I was able to get, nope, he already had his mirrors on, but we put the headlights and the marker lights back in it. No, the bed doesn't sit this way. It hopped and it bounced in transit, so we have to set it back. I'll put an image on the screen how it does sit, how it's supposed to. If you could, go ahead and show them. We ended up getting our traction bars on, and if you go more towards the front there, I got the front mounts built, and those are fastened and put on. And then we threw the tail lights in it. It threw the tailgate on it as well. Partially, some of the reason that I did that.
Really?
That is quite literally the definition of this truck. I built this son of a bitch. Nobody paid for it. I made a lot of horrible financial decisions, and this is
all the stickers you can possibly need on this truck.
Lola's got more than that. It's horsepower. But the biggest reason that I started putting it back together, one, I knew I was going to be moving it, and anybody that's ever moved a project before, you know, you lose the most stuff in transit because everything's loose. Is that a penny? No, it's a dime. All right, we got our squirrel moment in. But also,
is that a penny?
But also, as gearheads, anybody out there, you guys can understand and relate with me that sometimes you have to take the rollers off of it and put your fancy wheels and tires back on it. Sometimes you have to roll it outside and hose the dust off of it or spruce it up a little bit. You have to do something to re-motivate yourself to get back into it. Now, and that's what I've had to do with this truck. This truck isn't going anywhere. I will never get rid of it. Yes.
I love the peeping of your little cocktail drinks behind you. Your little bitch drinks.
Shut up. You made me lose my thought. Okay, so we found our other squirrel moment. But anyway, I had to remotivate. My light just turned on. I had to remotivate myself and keep myself motivated to working on this truck. We do have a 2004 donor truck out back for our 2003 LB7 Leah, and it was an LTZ truck, which what's really cool about the 03 up LTZs is they're all the same interior. So now, walk with me. 94 body, 2001 chassis, 07 driveline. And what we're going to do is we have the interior completely stripped out of this thing. We're going to be taking the dashboard and the center console and the other pieces from our donor truck, and we're actually going to retrofit all of that into this truck. This is actually an 01, 02. This is actually an 01, 02 steering wheel, or well, it's the full column. So when I do the cab swap on Leah, I'm going to end up taking all the guts that are out of her old cab for mounting the steering wheel and all that stuff, and I will retrofit it into this one, and then I will bring over the dashboard and center console that's in the donor truck that's out back, and we're going to start making this work. So even, I'm going to miss my comfortable ass seats, but I might keep these. No, I'm bougie. I gotta have the heated seats, so I'm gonna end up moving over the GMT 800 seats, just because.
No, you know you're putting in the heated seats because I'm tiny.
No, September and October polls. I'm not about to be sitting in the staging lanes cold. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Or when I'm ripping in the snow because you know I'm irresponsible and I have to pitch out sometimes. That's pretty much it. I've had this truck for 13 years. Sled pulling is the majority of what I do with these trucks. This truck will be a dedicated puller. I'll be ripping it on the weekends, but she's just a dedicated puller. So, but anyway, that's it. That's enough rambling. That's a quick update on the truck for those of you that haven't seen it. there it is for those of you that have been asking about it. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. If not, y'all are awesome. I know you're gonna leave them down below. So that's all I got. You got anything to add?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, take care. God bless. Be good to one another. We'll see you on the next one, guys.
Bye.
See you.
Roy can fix it, because Roy's a handyman. And here comes Ray. Come on, Ray!